46-degree afternoon in Kansas City. Always a tremendous atmosphere at Arrowhead as we send it down to the field and welcome in Laura Oakman. Laura.
Hi, Kenny. You guys talked about how tough it is playing at Arrowhead. Well, that's what the Bucs found out already. At practice this week, they cranked up the noise so loud to get ready for today that they blew out 2 speakers. Jameis Winston said he's not worrying about it because he's so excited to be experiencing it, though. An attitude he hopes is contagious. After losing to Atlanta, he told the team, "We don't look like we're having any fun. Don't think about record stats, money. Just go out there and play like we're in Little League again." That's the attitude, Kenny, they want to see today.
Thanks very much, Laura. Dirk Cutter's Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won their last 2 on the road. Cutter and Andy Reid worked together at 3 different colleges 3 decades ago, starting in 1985 at San Francisco State. Very close friends.
Yeah, some good reminiscing going on during the course of the weekend between Dirk Cutter and Andy Reid and their time spent together as they started their coaching careers.
Buccaneers have won the last 4 over the Chiefs. Chiefs' last win back in '93. It was Joe Montana's Kansas City debut, and the Chiefs' last home win over the Bucs back in '86. Buccaneers won the toss, elected to defer, so Roberto Aguayo will get things started. Anthony Thomas and Albert Wilson back deep for the Chiefs. And we are underway in Kansas City. Taken out the goal line by Thomas. Thomas out across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Josh Robinson, the special team stop, as Alex Smith leads the Chiefs offense out onto the field. Kansas City, winners of 5 consecutive games.
Yeah, and he knows that his group has not played well the last couple of weeks, and especially last week after Carolina. One of the things that he talked to us about is offensively, our group is very anxious to get back on the field. They want to put the last 2 weeks behind them and start to take that next step here as they move into the second half of the season.
Spencer Ware in the backfield, 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line for the Chiefs as Smith fires over the top and hits his tight end Travis Kelce, the Chiefs' leading receiver, his 43rd on the season.
Well, one of the guys that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all talked about and who they're going to have to stop this afternoon to slow this offense down is Tyreek Hill. He has incredible breakaway speed. He's a 4.24 40 guy, but he's also got tremendous start, stop, and change of direction. Kansas City is going to try to get the ball in his hands a number of different ways.
On 2nd and 1, this is Spencer Ware, and he picks up a 1st down out across the 35, gain of 4.
And one of the guys that'll be in charge of slowing that down is William Golston. You know, with the pass rush from the edge, you go back and look at that game last week against Chicago, he really jumps out at you on film, and can that pressure, that D-line up front, can they take over this game here this afternoon?
Chiefs go with 3 tight ends without wide receiver Jeremy Maclin for the 2nd straight week. On 1st and 10 from the 36, this is Ware, and he's out to the 39-yard line. It's Golston on the stop, a gain of 3, setting up 2nd down and 7.
And it's going to be key for Spencer Ware in this running game to get going. Obviously, Jamal Charles on IR. The running game has been a little bit of a mixed bag so far this season. But I tell you, go back and when you look when the offense is playing well, that Oakland game in some pretty crummy conditions, yeah, Spencer Ware was the key that afternoon for this offense.
2nd down and 7 from the 39-yard line. Smith looking to throw. He steps up, fires, and it's complete for a 1st down to Chris Conley, and then the ball came loose. Conley recovers.
You know, you hear defensive guys always talk about pursuit to the football. And watch Spencer Ware 32. He's in that area of the field, so he's just going to hustle down the field. The ball's knocked loose. He's right there to recover the fumble to maintain possession for the Chiefs.
So Conley and Ware at the bottom of the pile after Brent Grimes knocked it free. First and 10 from the 49. Pass is caught by Tyreek Hill. That's his first reception today. Had 10 last week in the win over Carolina.
That's real nice. Tight coverage by Vernon Hargreaves. You cannot allow this guy a yard of free space. It's amazing to watch what he does on the field. I mean, I think the tough decision for Kansas City is you're kind of limiting his ability now as a returner because he's become such an integral part of the offense. And boy, I tell you watch him on punts, he's exciting.
5th round pick out of West Alabama. Chiefs in Buccaneers territory, 2nd down and 5. As Smith connects with Kelsey once again for another Chiefs first down to the Buccaneers 30. Bradley McDougal made the stop, a 17-yard connection.
Now this was the other part of that equation that the Bucs defense was worried about, and that's Travis Kelsey. All throughout the formation, he'll line up on the outside, he'll line up in slot, traditional tight end spot. They've got to be able to locate him in the formation pre-snap and then get their best matchup on him.
From the Tampa Bay 30 on first down, it's Ware. And Ware works his way down to the Tampa Bay 25-yard line for a gain of 5. McDougal the stop, setting up 2nd and 5 for Kansas City.
It's kind of funny. We talk about, staying balanced with your play calls during the course of the game. Balancing the run and the pass or getting to that model that you want to have success with today. A lot of that is on Alex Smith's shoulders here in this game. He has a ton of control at the line of scrimmage. It'll be his responsibility to create that flow and that rhythm.
The Chiefs have not scored a touchdown on an opening drive this season. This is Ware, and he's inside the 20 to the 18 for another Kansas City first down.
And when you open your formations and you're challenging the defense, you're going to create favorable numbers. And they've got a running lane that they're going to create right here, and it's just a read. Alex Smith's going to come up. He's going to check the numbers inside the box. He's going to see where everybody's lined up, and you're going to read that defense. You're either going to hand it off to Spencer Ware, or you can pull out and get a quick pass to the outside.
1st and 10 from the Bucs 18. Kelsey, slot to the right. Smith rolling right. He throws. It's Kelsey. That's his 3rd catch. McDougal brings him down, and he remains down.
Obviously, this would be a big loss for this offense. It was Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelsey, 1-2. Good to see him jogging off. Obviously, a pretty substantial limp right there. See I think it was the right, that right ankle get kind of trapped and tucked and pinned underneath on the tackle.
Chiefs with 4 tight ends active today. 2nd down and 4. Niall Davis in the backfield for the first time. 10th play of the drive for the Chiefs. Hill in motion, and he takes the handoff from Smith. And Tyreek Hill is inside the 5, down to the 3 of Tampa Bay.
And that's what I think. It's not just about his speed. I mean, there's a physicality, there's a toughness to his style. I think he's very difficult to tackle. You've got to recognize this motion right now and anticipate jet sweep and get some leverage out there. But once he gets into the secondary, he's a tough guy to tackle.
10th carry of the season for Tyreek Hill. Good news for the Chiefs. Travis Kelsey back on the field. On 1st and goal from the 4. Another nice play by Golston.
Yeah, and I'm going to question that play call right there. I mean, we just saw Travis Kelsey go off the field limping, and we saw this play run at practice earlier on Friday when we were here on the weekend, and we've seen it around the league. I like the play. I think it catches defenses off guard, but with Travis Kelsey not 100%, I might have kept that one in the bag for later in the game.
Loss of 5 on the play. Chiefs have had the ball for 7 minutes. This is the 12th play of their drive. 2nd and goal from the 9. As Smith sets, throws underneath. He was looking for Kelsey. Quan Alexander defending.
Negative plays in the red zone, whether it's a penalty, you've got the little play they tried to run to Travis Kelsey, and you get negative yards on that. Now it's in and out pivot route. You've got him open. It's a clean drop. I mean, he's going to force Chris Conti to make that tackle down near the goal line. So back-to-back negative plays after a really nice drive here in the red zone.
And this is the first time the Chiefs have gotten to 3rd down on this drive. Their 13th play. Jarkandrick West in the backfield, 3rd and goal from the 9. 3 receivers to the left. As Smith throws, catch is made by Chris Conley, but he is stopped at the 4. So after the Chiefs had 1st and goal at the 4, they will have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Just tremendous rhythm on the drive, and it just bogged down. Those negative plays in the red zone.
Number 41, middle of your screen, is James Winchester, the Chiefs long snapper, playing with a heavy heart. His dad, Michael, killed this past Tuesday in Oklahoma City. His dad, a former punter at Oklahoma, member of their national championship team in 1985. 22-yard attempt by Santos is good.
This game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
A 14-play, 74-yard drive. It took nearly 8 minutes, but the Chiefs settled for 3.
I mean, just a great drive. They had Tampa Bay's defense off balance all the way down the field, and then again they get into that red zone, and you have a couple of negative plays, and you got the 3 points, but everybody talks about it. You can't kick field goals. You got to start scoring touchdowns.
That's 9 field goals for the Chiefs over the last 3 games since their last offensive touchdown.
And you can't keep relying on your defense to be able to pull out games the way that they have for them over the last 2 weeks. You've got to, as an offense, start to create your own opportunities with scoring touchdowns in the red zone.
Ryan Smith unable to take it out. Jameis Winston and a Tampa Bay offense when we return.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly.
Midway through the first quarter in Kansas City, 3-0 lead for the Chiefs. Our first look at Jameis Winston and the Buccaneers offense. 11 touchdowns, only 2 picks over his last 5 games.
Yeah, he has really been on a roll, and that's one of the big reasons why this running game has to kind of kick into gear for Tampa Bay.
Doug Martin in the backfield, made his return last week, had missed the previous 6 due to a hamstring injury. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, and this is Martin. Gains 5 out to the 30 as we check out the Tampa Bay offense.
A little bit of a shuffle again in the offensive line. Joe Hawley is back in, but Caleb Beninock getting the start, and then also you'll see the other Ben Gottschalk will be in there as well. Cameron Brate, we talked about Doug Martin, the importance of this running game, getting on track. The other element there, very similar to what we talked about with Kansas City, the tight end. Cameron Brate and Jameis Winston really developing some nice chemistry.
Gottschalk in at left guard and an extra blocker, and Dodger Sherilis. Not much for Martin. Gain of 1, setting up a 3rd down and 4.
And they've got playmakers at every level. Up front, it's Don Terry Poe. He's the one that gets everything started on the interior. D Ford, Tom Bahali coming off the edge. Good news for Chiefs fans. Justin Houston back out there on the field, had a good week of practice. And then on the back end, you've got playmakers on the back end as well. So going to be a tough job for Jameis Winston in this Bucs offense going against a very talented Chiefs defense.
But no Marcus Peters today for the Chiefs. Tied for the league lead in picks. He is out due to a hip injury. Winston on 3rd and 4, complete for a 1st down. It's Adam Humphries. And he is finally shoved out of bounds at the 44-yard line by Phillip Gaines after picking up 13.
Good, quick decision by Jameis Winston here. You're going to have pressure coming in. The protection starts to break down a little bit. And right away, out into the flat to another one of the guys that he's developing some nice chemistry with, Adam Humphries.
This set of downs for the Bucs from their 44-yard line. On first down, it's Martin. Martin goes up the middle to the 49 for a gain of 5 as we head to Los Angeles for a game break. Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kenny. Vikings loser of 4 straight, hosting the Cardinals. Bradford finds Adam Thielen for that 16-yard touchdown. Vikings up early, 7-0. Kenny, Darrell, and Laura.
Well, they won their first 5, and then, as Carissa mentioned, lost 4 straight, tied with the Lions atop the NFC North. On second down, Martin is met back at the 45-yard line. Raheem Nunez-Roches breaking through to make the play.
That just dominated the line of scrimmage on this play. Watch coming in right in the center right there. There's Justin Houston squeezing from the outside, and then the pursuit from the inside.
The first NFL player, Darrell, from Belize, Nunez-Roches. Started the season on the practice squad. Loss of 4 on the play, now third down and 9. Bucs must get to the Chiefs' 46. And they do, as the tight end Cameron Brate is able to gain 10. And he picks up a Tampa Bay Buccaneers first down.
And there's that the chemistry that these two have developed with each other. And this ball is going to have to be thrown a little bit early, but it's a great job by Cameron Brate at the top of this. Watch, this ball is already thrown. It's on its way right now. That is very, very difficult for Daniel Sorensen to be able to defend when they're thrown on time like that.
Brate in his second season out of Harvard. Stays late after practice every day working with Jameis Winston. First and 10 from the 45. Play action, and then Winston fires downfield, and it's deflected. Mike Evans, the intended receiver.
Now you got to be careful right there. You don't want deflections going up in this secondary. They are very, very good. There's a lot of pursuit to the point of the catch. To when guys are getting tackled, that's how they generate all those turnovers.
Off the hand of Evans, Buccaneers leading receiver with 59 catches on the season. Second down and 10. This is Martin running right, tripped up down to the 40.
Doug Martin, the ball carrier.
Gain of 5 for Doug Martin, who was the second leading rusher in the NFL last season behind only Adrian Peterson, only his 4th game this year.
Yeah, you can see right there, 16 rushes, 33 yards last week, kind of easing him back in. When you have those hamstring issues, you don't want to bring somebody in and give him a heavy workload that first week back, so you kind of gradually introduce him into the game last week against Chicago. And he had a good week of practice. They're expecting a much heavier load today, carrying the football.
Bunch formation to the left, third down and 5. Great shifting. Winston on third down, throws, and the catch is made for a first down and taken to the 22-yard line by Russell Shepard, making his return. Shepard missed the last 2 games with a hip issue. He gains 19.
And that's big, just from a strategy standpoint. You're going to have all 5 of your wide receivers back in the lineup. That's going to allow you to do some different things from a play calling standpoint. You talk about the guys being tired, you know, when you've got the 4 guys working constantly during the course of the game. So important to get Russell Shepard back and open up that 5 wide receiver sets that they like to run.
10th play of the drive for Tampa Bay. From the Chiefs 21. The handoff to Martin, stutter step, and then works his way down to the 16-yard line. Nunez-Roches the tackle.
Very impressed with Jameis Winston in this environment. We talked about it at the top. When Kansas City has the ball, this place is quiet. You know, they want their offense to be able to communicate on the field. As soon as the opposition steps out there, it ramps up, and Jameis Winston and his offensive group kind of countering a real nice drive here to match Kansas City's opening drive.
Right, 14 plays for the Chiefs, and now the 11th play of the drive for the Bucs. Second down and 5 from the KC 16 as Winston loses the football. And the Chiefs have recovered. Winston has the football, but the officials signaled Kansas City. And now they will huddle up. Ed Hockley, our referee today. And Hockley says it will be Chiefs football.
Definitely a clear fumble right there by Jameis Winston. Definitely looks like the Chiefs should have had it.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Nissan. Innovation that excites. By McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL.
Chiefs with a 3-0 lead. They take over following the Jameis Winston fumble. Hand was not moving forward. Ball came loose first. Chiefs lead the league in takeaways and takeaways in the red zone. That is their 7th. So the Chiefs back on offense. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Spencer Ware gains a couple out to the 23. So both teams, Darryl, have gotten into the red zone, but only 3 points so far.
Yeah, just the miscues for Kansas City. A couple of negative plays, negative yardage on a run and a drop pass. But the big killers, obviously, turnovers in the red zone. And we'll have to wait and see how this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense responds. That opening drive, Spencer Ware, a big part of that in the running game. Last week, Jay Howard got off to a good start with Chicago against his defense running the ball. They made some adjustments and really shut him down that second half.
Buccaneers have lost Brent Grimes to a thigh injury. His return is questionable, replaced by Alteron Werner. Final minute, first quarter, as Ware takes it out to the 29-yard line. Hard to bring him down. So it will be 3rd down and 2 for the Chiefs.
And it's just classic Chiefs offense right here. Staying ahead of the chains, getting yourself into real manageable 3rd down situations.
So Alex Smith will head over for a chat with Andy Reid as time winds down in his first quarter. Chiefs with a 14-play drive. Came away with a field goal. Buccaneers 11 plays, and they turn it over. So 1 quarter in the books in Kansas City. 3-0 Chiefs. First quarter numbers, Darryl, with the Chiefs leading by 3.
Yeah, I think the big thing you pointed out, just the miscues once they got down into the red zone area. I mean, 2 very nice drives to start games, but only the 3 points by Kansas City.
Clean first quarter, no penalties on either side. 1 turnover on 3rd down and 2. Solid effort by the Tampa Bay defense with Noah Spence leading the way to force a Kansas City punt.
Yeah, starting to become a more complete defensive end for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, originally brought in for his pass rushing skills, but his run defense is really starting to pick up here.
Adam Humphries back deep. Dustin Colquitt out to punt for the first time. Waiting back at his 15-yard line. Good kick. Forcing Humphries back to the 14. And Humphries takes it out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. A 54-yard punt by Colquitt.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Now get 3 large pancakes for only 89 cents, only at Burger King. By the new 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee, free to be. And by Walmart. Find gifts, groceries, and more this season.
Chiefs always have a distinct home field advantage here at Arrowhead. You've told me this is one of the toughest places to play for you as an opponent.
It really was. It's one of the greatest venues, but one of the most intelligent home crowds you'll face in the NFL. When you get into the red zone, they just amp it up.
Mike Evans, wide open, makes the catch and takes it out to the 49-yard line, a 23-yard connection.
And here's the guy that they're going to have to stop if you're a Chiefs defender. You watched Mike Evans the whole week. And we talked to him about Kelvin Benjamin last week, another big wide receiver on the outside. We asked Coach Sutton, the defensive coordinator, are they similar? And he goes, you know what? I think Mike Evans is one of the elite guys in the league, even as a young wide receiver. Tremendous catch radius. He said he's already learned those subtleties, those sneaky little things of being able to get away from or get away with offensive pass interference on the outside to create separation.
First and 10, 49-yard line as Winston fires, and it's caught for another first down. Taken to the 32-yard line was Cecil Short. Steven Nelson the tackle. Shorts gains 19.
This is a nice job by Jameis Winston. I was so impressed sitting down with him yesterday. We had him a couple of times last year. I think his maturity in 1 year was really, it was really evident when we sat down with him to talk about this game.
Sure was. First overall pick back in 2015, Heisman Trophy winner. Here's Martin. And Martin is tackled from behind by D. Ford. So 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Bucs.
Well, one of the big topics of conversation this week in Tampa Bay, Mike Evans' decision to sit down during the anthem last week in protest. He apologized to everybody in Tampa Bay. He is standing this afternoon. He stood for the anthem. I really give him a lot of credit for growing up and making that decision. He did it on Salute to Service in Tampa Bay. You're talking about a community with MacDill Air Force Base in it. The military is a big part of the community. He wanted to apologize to everybody. That will not happen moving forward.
And now Winston on 2nd and 10, directing traffic. He's across the line of scrimmage and slides down at the 26-yard line.
And it's still, when you get pressure on Jameis Winston, that's just the beginning, because once he gets outside, that's where he's dangerous. We saw that play last week against Chicago when he extended it and got the long throw to Mike Evans down the middle of the field. But Kansas City knows when he scrambles, he's not looking to run. He's looking to pass. His eyes are scanning down the field.
Buccaneers perfect, 3 for 3 on 3rd down today. Winston on 3rd and 5. He throws, and it's complete to the tight end, Cameron Brate. So the Bucs remain perfect, 4 for 4 on 3rd down. Brate to the 19-yard line.
And again, that's just good execution by Tampa Bay. Watch Eric Berry in coverage. I mean, he's step for step with Cameron Brate. Perfect position. That's just great location and great timing on the throw catch.
So the Bucs now at the same spot as they were back late in the first quarter when Winston turned it over. Opposite end of the field, 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line as Winston throws, and he was looking for Brate with Nelson defending.
As good as they have been in sync up until this point, a little out of sync on this one here. This is one of those double moves. You're going to watch Cameron Brate come out. He's going to push up the field, push to the outside, then back to the inside. That's a tight window to fit that in for Jameis Winston.
Winston now 6 of 8, 92 yards in the air. A red zone turnover on their first possession. On 2nd and 10, it's Martin. Escapes a tackle and hurdles another defender and is finally down at the Kansas City 12.
Yeah, nice job by Doug Martin in this situation. He has Rameek Wilson right in the hole. Number 53 comes up. Alan Cross gets a little piece of him, but a potential play that could have been blown up in the backfield. Doug Martin makes some positive yards out of it.
3rd down and 3. Winston perfect on 3rd down today. Buccaneers must get to the Kansas City 9. Play clock winding down. Winston looking. Now he throws. End zone. Evans. And Evans unable to hang on.
Now that is a great job by Steven Nelson staying with this, because we talked about the catch radius by Mike Evans. You're going to run the little rub right here. He's going to come in behind Adam Humphries, challenge that protection. Steven Nelson navigates it well, but look, right there, he's got the catch. Steven Nelson stays with it and is able to knock that ball loose.
The left guard, Ben Gottschalk, is the injured Buck. That's Ben Gottschalk, starting left guard for the Bucs today, a former Kansas City Chief. Buccaneers already thin without Kevin Pamphil, Evan Smith, and now Gottschalk is injured. Here's Roberto Aguayo, 31-yard attempt. He has struggled this season, has missed 5 of 14 attempts, the rookie out of Florida State. And this time it is straight through. So the Buccaneers have tied the game. Nearly took the lead, but Nelson knocked it away from Evans. Tied at 3 in KC.
This game on Fox is sponsored by Citizen Echo Drive watches, powered by Light.
Back in Kansas City, the 3rd annual Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award honors NFL players who exemplify outstanding sportsmanship. The nominees from both teams: Derek Johnson of the Chiefs. He and teammate Mike DeVito both suffered a ruptured Achilles tendon in the same game back in 2014. They rehabbed together, and DeVito admitted he may have considered retirement had Johnson not been by his side. And here's Gerald McCoy along with Kyle Long last week, and today James Winchester, the Chiefs long snapper who lost his father earlier this week. McCoy over to offer his condolences with a fellow former Oklahoma Sooner.
Yeah, probably couldn't have 2 better nominees for our game here today. I mean, just very impressive by both of those guys.
Anthony Thomas on the return. The winner of the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award will be announced at the NFL Honors Award Show February 4th on Fox the night before Super Bowl 51. Well, coming up in just 4 days on Thanksgiving, it will be the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins on Fox. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern. Cowboys and Redskins.
Don't tell anybody, Kenny, but that was one of our sneaky advantages back in the day when there was not Thursday Night Football, where it was just played on Thanksgiving. We used that as a little mini bye right there as we got into that late season push to get some extra time off.
First and 10, 17-yard line. Smith complete to Spencer Ware out of the backfield. And Ware gains 9 out to the 26.
Well, this offense is built around kind of that extension of the West Coast. You always hear about part of the running game when you're talking about a West Coast system is the short passing game. You can see right there 7 of 8, just 59 yards. Not stretching the field all the time. When they do it, it's a calculated shot. You're going to see a max protection off of a hard play action with maybe a 2-man route down the field trying to get the explosive play.
Second down and 1. Looked like that slipped out of the hands of Alex Smith.
Yeah, because that was thrown in towards the middle of the field between the numbers and the hash, but both of the receivers were moving to the outside.
Smith, like Jameis Winston, former first overall pick by the San Francisco 49ers back in 2005. Chiefs 0 for 2 so far on 3rd down, 29th in the league in that category. Third down and 1. Smith steps up and throws, and it's broken up. Pass was intended for Tyreek Hill. Alteron Werner made the play.
Well, that's back-to-back 3rd and shorts that the Chiefs have been unable to convert. And I tell you, Alteron Werner, yeah, he is going to jump a route. If he sees stuff, he's going to trust his preparation. Watch this. Watch him change direction, attack that route, make the deflection.
So the Chiefs go 3 and out for the 2nd straight series after they drove 14 plays on their opening possession. Adam Humphries calls for the fair catch. Good field position for the Bucs at the 34-yard line following a terrific stand by the Tampa Bay defense. Alex Smith checking out the pictures from the last series as the Buccaneers take over at their 34-yard line with Caleb Benenoch now in at left guard for the injured Ben Gottschalk. Off the fake to Martin. Winston moves to his right and throws it across the field to Martin. And Martin has a first down and more into Chiefs territory inside the Kansas City 40 to the 39, a 27-yard pickup.
Well, you just wonder if this was something that they had designed to take advantage of this defense going deep down the field. Watch the play action. Now everything's going out to your right. Now I'm thinking that Jameis Winston's going to throw it deep. He comes back to the other side of the field. Look at the offensive lineman set up out front. That's a really nice play design to force that defense to track with their eyes.
First and 10 from the Chiefs 39. On the toss, it's Martin. Looks to turn the corner and could not. Forced out of bounds by Frank Zombo as we head downstairs and check in with Laura.
Kenny, you talked about how Gottschalk is not in the line right now. The offense has been talking about that all week with this patchwork offensive line, trying to get communication and consistency down, especially this week, expecting to have a very loud Arrowhead to contend with. Right now he is in the locker room with a knee injury. His return is questionable.
Thanks, Laura. There's Benenoch, who started last week's game against Chicago, the rookie out of UCLA. Peyton Barber in the backfield for the first time. As Winston has his pass batted back. Getting a hand on it, number 95, Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones is long. I mean, his reach is unusual for an interior defensive player, and he's going to get those hands up. You see him tracking. It's a nice job. Just kind of got your eyes on the quarterback. You're sliding into that throwing lane, and then get your arms up and bat that ball down.
Mike James in the backfield for the first time. Third down and 10 for the Bucs from the Chiefs 39. As Winston steps up and fires, and the catch is made for a first down by Cecil Shorts. Well, let's see where they spot it.
Looks like they might have it a little bit short, Kenny. Jameis Winston in the pocket, very comfortable. Again, just watching his maturity from last year to this year when we had an opportunity to talk to him has grown so much. Looks like Cecil Short had it beyond the line, and then they were pushed back, and Dirk Cutter throws the challenge flag.
Challenge flag has been thrown. Short certainly looked like he picked up the first down.
Tampa Bay is challenging the ruling on the field. The runner was down short of the first down.
So it was Shorts short.
We will find out.
And Hockley will take a look. Buccaneers challenging the call on the field, which was that Cecil Shorts was stopped short of the first down.
I think the big thing to look at is when was possession established. Does he have possession there beyond the yellow marker? And I think that's what Ed Hockley will be looking at. And here's a really good one right here. You can kind of see it start to squirt out a little bit. You know, did he maintain possession through that?
All right, let's bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, what do you think?
You're exactly right. They're just looking at possession here because clearly if he has maintained control, he gets all the way to the point that he is first contacted by the defender. So if they think here now that there was that momentary loss of possession, we're not talking about ball moving, we're talking about loss of possession, then he only gets the spot where he hits the ground. So tough decision to make. You know, I think when I look at it there's a slight bobble, but the way they stay with calls on the field, I think that might be the direction that they lean.
All right, thanks, Mike. Here comes Ed Hockley.
The receiver caught the ball beyond the line to gain, and he had possession just beyond the 29-yard line, or just inside the 29-yard line. Therefore, it was a first down on the play. There is no timeout charge.
That's a good challenge by Dirk Cutter right there. Because a lot of times, I agree with Mike Pereira, those ones are hard to overturn. We don't see a lot of the spotting of the ball being overturned.
Dirk Cutter's first successful challenge as an NFL head coach. He had been 0 for 1 this season. So it is a first down for the Bucs from the Chiefs' 29-yard line. Humphreys in motion. It is Martin nowhere to go as he gets forced all the way back to the 35-yard line. It's Nunez Roches again.
Boy, he has been a force here in the first half. Watch, he's going to be coming from the left side of your screen right there. He's beating the down block by Donovan Smith. Donovan Smith has got to do more than that. It's a combination. I just don't know. I mean, he's into the backfield right away. Is it Caleb Beninock's job to get more of a piece of him to allow Donovan Smith to climb and get on top of him? But somebody's got to put a hand on Nunez Roches, or he's going to be in the backfield all afternoon.
A loss of 6 on the play, and now the Bucs use a timeout. So with Kansas City and Tampa Bay tied at 3, some missed opportunities in the red zone for both clubs.
It seems to be that situational football is the key element that everybody wants to talk about today, and one of the biggest ones we have is obviously the red zone, and that's been the key issue here this afternoon. Third downs is another area. You know, Tampa Bay's been very effective on third down. Kansas City struggling. 2 third and shorts, and that's their wheelhouse. You know, they play a style to stay ahead of the change, to get into those third and short, third mediums, to allow that playbook to stay open. They've had 2, and they've missed them both, so they've got to get some things done here in the situational elements of this game.
Talk about third downs. Buccaneers are now 5 for 6. This is second down and 16 for Tampa Bay following the timeout. Winston throws, looking for Evans. He makes the catch. Mike Evans inside the 5-yard line of Kansas City.
Just a lot of really nice things to talk about here. Let's start off with the route by Mike Evans on the outside against Steven Nelson. Going to give him a little wiggle there and just get beyond him. There's some of those subtleties that Coach Sutton was talking about with the big physical receiver on the outside. A heck of a throw by Jameis Winston to drop it over the top, but let's credit Doug Martin stepping up. Somebody turned Chris Jones loose inside, the big defensive tackle, and Doug Martin stepped up and took him on and gave Jameis enough time to get that throw down the field.
That's 5'9" Doug Martin, 6'6" Chris Jones. 31-yard pass play. And now Winston hands it off to Martin. Martin down to the 3.
And this is the area of the field here at Arrowhead that makes it very, very challenging. You get down into the red zone, the crowd obviously a lot closer than at any other point on the field. This is where it gets its loudest. This is where communication is challenged the most. So let's see how this Tampa Bay offense handles this opportunity here.
Third trip into the red zone, a field goal and a turnover. Second and goal from the Kansas City 3. Winston to the end zone, incomplete.
A lot of traffic in there into the middle of the field. Again, we got another deflection on the pass attempt there.
Dontari Poe. Now third and goal from the Chiefs 3. Winston moving to his right. Can't find anyone. Now he throws. And it is Ron Parker.
That's a bobble that he did not come down with. That said he did not have possession when he came down. And this is one of the things that Dirk Cutter is working with Jameis Winston on. Sometimes the play's just not there to be made. Let's not make a critical mistake. And here, a critical mistake that would take points away from you. The opportunity to kick a field goal right here. You're trying to make the play. Ron Parker almost comes up with a great interception here.
So the Bucs send out the field goal unit. Aguayo hit from 31 earlier. This a 22-yard attempt. Maguire's kick is good. But the Buccaneers kept out of the end zone in the red zone once again. Back in Kansas City, the head coach is Andy Reid. Dirk Cutter, very close, worked together at 3 different stops. Beginning at San Francisco State, the Gators back in 1985. Then it was on to Texas, El Paso. And finally, the University of Missouri from 1989 through 91.
Look at those pants that Dirk Cutter's wearing right there. That'll put you in a certain very specific time frame with that style.
The Zubas.
Right, yeah, the Zubas.
And Dirk telling us Andy would take about 10 extra jobs. He sold hot dogs on the campus on Thursday. He was the van driver.
He was belly laughing in our meeting yesterday, recounting some of the stories about he and Andy Reid's time together. It was really fun to be a part of that conversation.
And he talked about the connection between coaches. Niall Davis will take it out for the Chiefs. Mike Holmgren had coached at San Francisco State, and Andy Reid would head up to Green Bay with Mike Holmgren, and the rest is history. Became head coach of the Eagles in 1999, and now Dirk Cutter with his first head coaching job in the NFL.
But Andy Reid being, the humble guy that he always is, playing at BYU, and Lavelle Edwards kind of the guy that got him into thinking about becoming a coach. He owed a favor to Vic Rowan, and Andy Reid became the favor. Hey, could you bring this guy out to San Francisco State and give him an opportunity to start his coaching career?
And here they are 31 years later. Alex Smith fires downfield on first down. It is Tyreek Hill who makes the catch in Buccaneers territory.
You just got too much speed on the outside. You've got to take a shot a couple times during the course of the game. Altron Werner sitting on him waiting for that short route, because that's normally what you get from Kansas City. It's a possession-type offense, but I think that is the element that Tyreek Hill brings to this offense on the outside. You're sitting on that curl route. You're sitting on that comeback, and all of a sudden there goes number 10 speeding right past you.
41-yard pass play. From the Buccaneers, 38. Smith to the outside. Once again, it is Hill with 3.5 remaining in the second quarter.
Boy, you talk about trying to disguise a blitz. Watch Chris Conte. He's going to loop all the way from the opposite side. Come over here. He didn't fool Spencer Ware at all. He was waiting for him, and a nice little chop block right there.
Gain of 4, second down and 6. And Hill is shaken up. Back-to-back receptions of 41 and then 4 yards for the rookie out of West Alabama, as we head to Los Angeles for a game break and check in with Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
All right, Minnesota trying to end that 4-game losing skid. Little 2-yard run by Matt Asiata for the touchdown, but Kai Forbath, who was just signed as a kicker this week, missed the extra point. It's a 3-point game in the second quarter. Kenny Moose and Laura.
Kai Forbath replacing Blair Walsh, who had his struggles.
Tough to be a kicker in Minnesota. So, there's Tyreek Hill at the end of that. You wonder if that's some lingering effects there. He pops up right away and starts to come in.
Hill off to the sideline, second down and 6. Smith on the slant, complete, taken inside the 30 to the 28 by Albert Wilson, just shy of the marker. 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Chiefs.
But now you see the Chiefs sliding back into that normal attack in their passing game, and that's why I think that Tyreek Hill is such an important element. And here he comes back onto the field right now, because he does give you that speed that you have to be aware of. I mean, you have to respect it. We saw him run by Alteron Werner as he was sitting on one of the shorter routes that normally comes out of this passing attack.
Alex Smith split wide to the left. The direct snap to Spencer Ware, and Ware takes it up the middle for a first down and more. Chiefs needed 1, they gained 15.
Well, they've been unsuccessful on those 3rd and shorts leading up to that, so they do a little change there, get into that wildcat with Spencer Ware.
And for the Chiefs, that is their first conversion on 3rd down today, as we have hit the 2-minute warning in Kansas City. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. Chiefs in the red zone once again. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. This is Ware down to the 11.
Let's go back to that 3rd down play and just show you the respect that you have to have for Tyreek Hill. Here he is offset here. Now I want you to watch all these guys here when he starts to show flow on this sweep play. Look at everybody widen. We've got to get outside to protect that. And there goes Spencer Ware right back up inside.
That was the longest rushing play of the first half for the Chiefs. 15 yards. 2nd down and 7. Smith on 2nd down, can't find anyone, and he will take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Good job by Alex Smith. Recognizing man-to-man coverage down in the red zone. When protection breaks down, everybody has their backs turned. So here's the snap. You can see everybody, they're looking up. We've got backs turned. We're in man-to-man coverage. And once he recognizes that, he knows he's got an easy run into the end zone.
Chiefs had gone 8 full quarters without an offensive touchdown. Smith runs it in from 11 yards out. Santos, the extra point. So with just over a minute remaining in the first half in Kansas City, Alex Smith slides safely into the end zone. Chiefs had gone 8 full quarters without an offensive touchdown, 23 possessions, 9 field goals since the last one.
Yeah, and then that's one of the reasons why everybody's, well, we're not talking about the Chiefs. You know, at the top we said there's nothing flashy. They're finding ways to win games. And when you're not converting in the red zone, when you've gone that long just kicking field goals, you better have a pretty good defense that bails you out of certain situations, and that's what Kansas City has done.
Alex Smith the touchdown. Ryan Smith back deep for the Bucs. With 1:13 remaining in the half, what is coming up at halftime, Kurt Menefee?
Coming up on the Visa halftime, the Cowboys try to sweep their way to 9-1. Marcus Mariota and Indianapolis. What? I don't think Conor McGregor has anything to worry about. We'll talk football on the Visa halftime. What was that?
White. I'm just too white.
Do you prefer that Terry or the mannequin challenge Terry Bradshaw?
I like the animated Terry better.
There you go. Me too. Jameis Winston and the Bucs go back to work from the 25-yard line. Our first flag.
Before the pass was thrown, holding by the defense, number 20. The 5-yard pass from the previous spot, automatic first down.
So we were 69 seconds away from becoming the first game in the NFL this season without a flag in the first half.
And what was one of the things that both of these offenses talked to us about? It was being able to get into a rhythm. And I think that Ed Hockley and his crew have done a great job of allowing those offenses to get into a rhythm because they haven't called a ton of penalties. Or any penalties almost.
Redskins Jets last October, last penalty-free first half.
Oh, and here they come. They come in bunches, Kenny.
Ball start offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty, it's first down.
Well, you actually have to compliment Donovan Smith and DeMar Dotson, both of these guys on the outside, for not having one of these called up until this point in the game. They have got some speed coming off the edge. When you talk about D Ford, Justin Houston back in the lineup today, Tom Bahali, Frank Zombo, these guys, the Chiefs can roll out some really good edge rushers at you.
First and 15. 3 straight flags.
Ball started offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So no flags until a minute 13 remaining. And now 3 in the last 4 seconds of game time.
And right now this offense is going backwards. We talked about as an offense going into the red zone and getting loud. Now you're kind of backing up. You're coming towards your own end of the end zone, and it's going to get loud there as well. Challenge the communication and cadence of the Buccaneers.
First down and 20. As the Bucs keep it on the ground, this is Mike James. And James takes it out to the 29-yard line. Eric Murray, the tackle, and now a timeout will be taken by the Chiefs. Their first, stop the clock with 54 seconds remaining. Well, tomorrow night, National Geographic invites you to go to Mars. Join humankind's greatest adventure. Find out how we made Mars home. The new series Mars continues tomorrow night on National Geographic. Ready to go to Mars?
No, I'm not interested in being the first guy up there. Really not yet. No. I have trouble on long plane flights, Kenny, let alone something like that.
You have the Thanksgiving Day game to look forward to first. You played in many of them. You'll be in the stadium on Thursday for the Cowboys and the Redskins.
That has become a little bit of the family tradition to go out and watch the Cowboys play.
Second down and 11. Winston throws, and the catch is made out at the 48-yard line for a first down by Russell Shepard. And now the Bucs will use a timeout, 19-yard connection.
Boy, just really poised in the pocket. Jameis Winston just hanging in there. Protection holds up, but I think at times last year, he's going to see an open space and maybe want to get out there and get onto the edge and try his luck there. He did a nice job staying in the pocket, going through his progression, and finding Russell Shepard for the conversion.
49 seconds remaining. Winston 10 of 16. Doug Martin with only 18 yards on the ground, but had that big catch and run. First and 10, 48-yard line. Buccaneers with 1 timeout remaining. As Winston throws short, he was looking for Humphreys.
Winston's pass intended for Adam Humphreys. He was covered by Steven Nelson.
Coming out of the slot here.
Second down and 10 from the Tampa Bay 48-yard line.
Boy, I did a nice job with that route at the top. Turned Steven Nelson around a little bit. Jameis just missed him right there.
Second and 10. 44 seconds on the clock. Winston throws, and it's off the hands of Cecil Shorts.
Yeah, both of these tackles, not a whole lot of help. We got a flag down on the outside, but both of these tackles are doing a nice job for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I thought that potentially there could be some issues there because of the speed that Kansas City has on the edge. They struggled a little bit last week against Chicago with the edge rushers. They've done a nice job here this afternoon.
Illegal hands to the face by the defense, number 23. Coming right off the line of scrimmage. The 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Phillip Gaines.
Trying to get the jam on Mike Evans, and the hand gets up and onto the face mask.
Automatic first down from the Chiefs' 47. Winston on first down. Moving to his right. And now he fires downfield. Looking for Evans. Ron Parker on the coverage, and there is a flag.
Looked like he signaled it on Mike Evans.
Right.
Ron Parker coming across from the safety spot right there. And you can see Mike Evans get the hands on his shoulder. In that situation, I think he just let the guys play on the outside.
No offensive pass interference.
So the officials pick up the flag. Down to 30 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10, Tampa Bay. On 2nd and 10, Winston again looking for Evans, incomplete.
We're starting to see why these tackles are holding up, and it's a credit to what they're doing with their offensive game plan. You're getting some help with your tight end sets. You're getting some backs chipping on the way out, but again, at some point, Donovan Smith and DeMar Dotson, they're just going to have to stand there and hold up in a one-on-one situation.
Buccaneers are 5 for 7 on 3rd down, including 2 for 2 on 3rd and 7+. They must get to the 37-yard line of the Chiefs. And it is Humphreys who makes the catch for a Buccaneers first down.
Tackled by Steven Nelson.
Looks like that might have been very similar to the route that they just missed on earlier in this drive. But again, it all starts with your protection up front, just bringing the 4, but you've got speed coming off the edge. Jameis does a good job stepping up. And coming out of the slot, number 11. Gets over the top, the little lean to the outside, gives him the separation against Steven Nelson.
Buccaneers use their final timeout. And they have added 2 seconds onto the clock, so 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Tampa Bay out of timeouts, 1st and 10 from the Chiefs' 29. Winston to the outside, incomplete again, looking for Evans.
Still time for a couple of shots. We used to go up at about a 6-second worth of time off the clock to get the ball down the field. So Tampa Bay still with a couple opportunities here. If they can get a conversion here and not have to go to 4th down.
Buccaneers have been inside the red zone 3 times in the first half, but they've come away with only 6 points, a turnover and 2 field goals. 2nd and 10 from the Chiefs' 29. Winston near side, Humphreys. He gets out of bounds with 11 seconds to the Kansas City 23, a gain of 6.
Good play design, understanding the situation, needing to get out of bounds.
And now the Buccaneers have sent out the field goal unit. Probably would have had time for one more play.
One more play, but no timeout, so if something goes wrong,
but why not take a shot to the end zone?
Yeah, exactly. Remember, we've been talking about the edge rushers, though. Something goes wrong and you get a sack, you're going to forfeit an opportunity for the field goal attempt.
41-yard attempt. Aguayo is now 3 for 3. So instead of taking a shot, the Buccaneers take the field goal on 3rd down.
A little bit conservative from, play calling standpoint by Dirk Cutter. You did have the time, I think, Kenny, to take the shot into the end zone. But we've seen a couple situations this year, at the ends of halves when the play has gone wrong and you've had a sack and you don't have the timeouts to stop the clock. So to get to 10-9, I mean, you've played well. You've come in here to Arrowhead. I think a lot of guys on the team, their first experience here at Arrowhead, younger team. You know, Dirk Cutter talked about what a special place it is. You know, how are you going to perform here? You go in at the end of the first half, 10-9.
And the Buccaneers will get the ball first in the second half, so that could have been part of Dirk Cutter's thinking as well.
It could be even a different makeup here. Jameis Winston has the fumble there on their first drive of the game as they got down into the red zone. And again, we talk about situational areas or situational parts of the game, and Alex Smith takes advantage of man coverage there. They get 7 points in the red zone. So right now, Tampa Bay playing better on third down, probably winning the third down battle here in the first half. Kansas City winning the red zone battle here in the first half.
Tyreek Hill, his first return of the day. There is a flag. And there's Laura, just able to get out of the way. 1 second on the clock.
During the return, illegal block in the back by the receiving team, number 21. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Coming in right there.
21 is Eric Murray. Alex Smith, 10 of 13, a touchdown run. Spencer Ware, 46 yards on the ground. As Smith takes a knee, first half comes to an end in Kansas City with the Chiefs leading the Buccaneers by the score of 10-9. Bucs will get the ball first in the second half. As we send you to Los Angeles for the Visa halftime report. Kurt, take it away. Chiefs lead the Buccaneers by 1. Today's excitement brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. Winston loses the football. Alex Smith fires downfield on first down. It is Tyreek Hill on second down. Can't find anyone. And he will take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Today's excitement brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. As we begin the second half, a look at the first half numbers.
They get pretty even. You'll get time of possession and stuff like that, but we've talked about the situational element and really what the difference was in the game. Red zone possessions with the touchdowns there. You can see Tampa Bay's been moving the ball effectively by their total yards, their time of possession, but when they've gotten to the red zone, they have not cashed in. They've kicked field goals every time. Kansas City a little bit better, 1 for 2. Had the couple negative plays there on the opening drive that stalled that one. So really right now just getting better in certain situations for both of these teams. But it makes sense we're sitting at 10-9 in just a 1-point game.
A combined 5 trips into the red zone, only 1 touchdown. Buccaneers will get the ball first here in the second half. Ryan Smith back deep for Tampa Bay. Kickoff taken at the 4. And Smith is out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. So Dirk Cutter with the decision to go for the field goal on third down at the end of the first half, and now the Buccaneers get the ball first.
I think you're right. I think that probably played into it a little bit. When you defer, you want to kind of time that up perfectly so you have the last possession of the first half, first possession of the second half. What do they do with that possession here? They've got to get the running game going. Doug Martin's getting a lot of touches, but he's not getting a lot of production out of that running game. So how do they hold up there? I thought they did a nice job in the pass game. I thought the tackles held up well against the tough edge rushing team of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Buccaneers with 3 field goals in the first half, trail by a point. Start from their 26-yard line as Winston fakes the handoff from Martin, and then he goes down back behind the line of scrimmage as we check in with Laura.
Hi, Kenny. I'm going to talk about the Tampa side. Dirk Cutter wanted to talk about Jameis Winston and just said he's doing a heck of a job. As for offensively, he said that we're not doing anything wrong. They're just so darn tough in the red zone. It's hard to do anything right. Defensively, he said, take away 2 plays. We're doing a great job. We're making plays. They're making plays. It's one of those games.
Wexler, Dirk Cutter telling us last night, first pro game he ever attended was here at Arrowhead, a preseason game when he was coaching at the University of Missouri. And here's Martin. Doug Martin out to the 36-yard line. That's his best run of the day.
Exactly, and that's a good sign for Buccaneer fans, because you've got to get this run game going, because they're a good play action passing team. Kenneth Acker coming in run support, can't be down that low. Too talented a back in Doug Martin to be that low.
Martin picked up 12. Tampa Bay first down. From the 36, play action. It is Evans who makes the catch, coming across the middle for another Bucs first down. Mike Evans with his third reception. Gain of 12 yards.
Really, that first
possessions for the Bucs. 3 field goals.
About that first drive was very impressive, getting down there, and then just had that little miscue by Jameis Winston on the fumble when the ball was lost.
Winston slips as he hands it off to Martin. Martin gains a couple out to midfield.
Or maybe opened up the wrong way. A little bit of communication there, possibly. Let's see happens as he comes out. A little slip. I think, Doug Martin's a little bit wider than he anticipated as well. Good job not having anything go wrong there. Because sometimes the coaches are holding their breath on the sideline when you're trying to get that handoff when something goes wrong.
Off the fake to Martin. Set up the screen. It's Martin. And he breaks free for another first down. Doug Martin to the Kansas City 36-yard line. Gain of 14.
Yeah, the defensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs has to feel this. They've got to sense screen. There's not a lot of resistance with that offensive line. You're right to the quarterback. You've got to retrace and get into that screen chase mode. But that's the second time today we've seen a nice design, nice execution on the screen pass by this Tampa Bay offense.
New set of downs from the Chiefs 36. Winston going deep, looking for Evans, and it is nearly picked off by Kenneth Acker.
Mike Evans late tracking the ball. He's going to be late kind of finding this ball, working against Kenneth Acker right there, kind of setting him up, moving around. Now he's back inside. Now he gets it late, but the ball is already coming in, and he's unable to adjust. Kenneth Acker has the best shot.
Buccaneers empty the backfield. Martin, bottom of your screen, bottom left. 2nd and 10. Winston sets and throws too high, intended for Shepard. Third down and 10 upcoming.
All right there. Good jump on that. That's what happens when you've got a guy like Justin Houston going against you. He's going to take him a while to get back into his rhythm. He's got to knock a little bit of rust off. We're talking about almost a full year since the last time Justin Houston was out on the field.
Buccaneers 6 of 8 on third down. Winston can't find anyone downfield. And Winston will dive inside the 25, has a Buccaneers first down.
Got flagged down in the middle of the field. So a 3rd and 10, and as you mentioned, right at the end of the first half there, we showed the graphic with their third down performance in the first half. They were perfect on their long ones
for the quarterback
to end the first half.
The pocket, illegal contact, defense number 20. The 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Steven Nelson.
No contact beyond 5 yards. Definitely carrying him through and beyond that 5 yards.
So the Buccaneers in the red zone once again. Fourth time today. From the 19-yard line on the toss, it's Martin. Cuts to the outside and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Good job by the defense getting everybody realigned, because motion came across. You've got to move everybody a gap. So right at the snap, there's Derek Johnson getting everybody kicked across. You see the adjustment right there to balance up that offensive line so you don't get out leveraged on the perimeter.
It's Bob Sutton, Chiefs defensive coordinator. 10th play of the drive for Tampa Bay. Winston on 2nd and 10, throws to the end zone. Cecil Shorts could not come down with it inbounds.
Working on the outside. Let's see if Steven Nelson is able to use that sideline. Yeah, he gets that jam right there. So now he's got Cecil Shorts running, within a foot of the sideline. So you're using that as your defender. Going to be very, very difficult, next to impossible for him to make that catch and be in bounds.
Buccaneers now 7 for 9 on 3rd down. On 3rd and 10, it's Martin. And Martin will be stopped. Nelson comes up to make the play after a gain of just 1, and the Buccaneers sent out the field goal unit.
A good defense by the Chiefs on this play. They've been beaten by the screen a couple of times. Watch, you're going to have Daniel Sorensen and Steven Nelson out there, and the only guy to block is DeMar Dotson. So they had them outnumbered on the perimeter on that screen. Sorensen number 49, Steven Nelson number 20.
Laura mentioned what Dirk Cutter said about the Chiefs defense in the red zone. 4th trip inside the 20 for the Buccaneers. No touchdowns. Aguayo is 3 for 3 today. 36-yard attempt, and he remains perfect. He was only 9 of 14 coming into the game today. He has connected 4 times, and the Buccaneers have taken a 2-point lead.
This game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By the $10 any carry-out deal from Pizza Hut, only at Pizza Hut. And by Chevrolet. More 2016 J.D. Power Dependability Awards than any other brand.
Some big wins for the Jayhawks basketball and football teams. Laura back at her alma mater on Friday night.
Yeah, fresh off a big victory against Duke earlier in the week, and then the football team comes out, knocks Texas off yesterday.
Always fun when you can pose for a picture with the mascot back at your alma mater. And we will hear from Laura when we return to Arrowhead. Chiefs football trailing by 2. Back in Kansas City, Kenny Albert, Darrell Johnston, Laura Oakman. Buccaneers leading the Chiefs 12-10 for Tampa Bay field goals. Alex Smith and the Chiefs start from their 25-yard line. Movement prior to the snap.
Neutral zone infraction, defense number 92. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
William Golston. Took over 28 minutes for our first flag in the first half.
Making up for it, though, the last couple of series.
First down and 5 following the penalty. Smith to the outside. And it is Albert Wilson who picks up a first down as we head downstairs and check in with Laura.
Kenny, I talked to Andy Reid. The first thing he wanted to do was praise Alex Smith for that running touchdown. He said the key right now offensively, keep building on that last drive with a combination of run and pass. Defensively, he said 7 words. We got to get them off the field. That won't be easy now. Linebacker D. Ford out with a hamstring injury. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay defense, Bucs cornerback Brent Grimes out with a quad.
All right, thanks, Lauren. New set of downs for the Chiefs. It is Ware out to the 40-yard line. To Los Angeles for a game break. Carissa Thompson. Carissa. We've seen that before.
Yeah, Cordero Patterson. And what's going on with Arizona? My goodness.
Second down and 7. As that pass was broken up, intended for Kelsey, Werner, and then Levante David coming over as well.
It was one of the big things that they talked about in their success last week against the Bears. Now, they played the Raiders and the Falcons, and they'd given up over 1,000 yards in total offense, and Mike Smith really wanted his guys to be a little bit more aggressive, to play tighter in coverage in those situations. And they've continued that again here this afternoon. And that's against Travis Kelce. He's going to be a tough matchup, whether it's linebacker or safety in coverage.
Third down and 7. Chiefs have converted only once on third down today. Smith over the middle, complete. Kelsey, first down and more. Travis Kelce inside the Buccaneers' 40-yard line. 21-yard completion.
It's one of the guys that you're worried about, right? Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce are the two guys you have to be concerned about. And let's see how he gets so open. Little wiggle right there. Wow, he just leaves Bradley McDougald frozen on his release.
Team leading fourth catch for Kelsey today. First and 10, 39-yard line. It's Spencer Ware up the middle. Gain of 3 to the Tampa Bay 36.
Tampa Bay got lucky there again. That delayed blitz with Chris Conte coming in from depth, trying to time up that snap. A little bit late, a little bit wide. Spencer Ware was working his way right back to the position that Chris Conte had left on that blitz.
Second down and 7. Bunch formation to the right. This is Ware. And this time he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Clinton McDonald makes the tackle, so it will be third down and 7.
One of the things that Alex Smith told us about with this offense is how varied it is, how many things that they can throw out at a defense. And it's not just to challenge you just as a changeup. It's stuff that they actually practice. It's part of their base, what they're good at. From the zone read that you saw on that play, the short passing game, we saw the calculated deep ball down to Tyreek Hill. So they're going to make you defend the entire width and length of the field.
Third down and 7. As Smith throws, looked like Conley hesitated.
It looked like he wanted a type of a double move on the outside. And Alteron Werner played it perfectly. Let's see here at the top if we're trying to set up Alteron Werner, who's aggressive and will jump route. Sure, yeah, it's a little slant and go. Really good positioning by Alteron Werner on that play. That's kind of one of your shots you've got built in. You want that deep ball, so you go with the double move, and they did not fool number 21.
So the Chiefs send out the punting unit. They do not attempt a 54-yard field goal. They play the field position game. And the punt stays out of the end zone, so it's pinned inside the 5. Excellent job by Dustin Colquitt. And then DJ Alexander downfield.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon. Join the Better Network because better matters.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a 2-point lead. Start from their 4-yard line. 6.5 remaining, third quarter. It is Doug Martin Martin out to the 9, gain of 5.
Oh, that's a great opening play to start this series. You're backed up. We talked about it. When you're backed up or going into the red zone at Arrowhead, those are the most challenging points on the field for communication and execution. So to come out, give yourself a little bit of room there, open up the playbook a little bit here on second down. Good positive run.
79 total yards for Martin today. Second down and 5. Shepard in motion. Again, it's Martin. And Martin is out to the 14-yard line, close to a first down. He's got it.
That's impressive, coming off your goal line and just calling 2 straight run plays to get the first down and get some breathing room. And let's compliment this offensive line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've got the issues at left guard, but Caleb Benenoch has stepped in there. But I'm very impressed with the 2 tackles today. Both Donovan Smith and DeMar Dotson have played well against some good rushers.
Play action on first down. As Winston throws, it's complete to Mike Evans. Evans out across the 25 for another Tampa Bay first down. Remember, this Kansas City defense is without Dee Ford, who came into the game tied for the league lead in sacks, and without Marcus Peters, tied for the league lead in interceptions.
Yeah, so 2 of their big playmakers that they have on the defensive side. But the challenge for Tampa Bay going up against this group is they are so deep with other playmakers there.
And they have stopped the Buccaneers, kicked them out of the end zone all 4 times inside the 20. This is Peyton Barber. Barber out to the 32-yard line.
A lot of compliments to Mike Evans from Coach Bob Sutton as they were getting ready for this, and what a class that was. And you look at the names. This is the order that they were drafted in coming out of college, and just a phenomenal draft class at the wide receiver position. We'll be talking about this group for a long time to come.
Like the quarterback class of '83. Second down and 3. Again, it's Barber off the hesitation. Peyton Barber has another Buccaneers first down out to the 37-yard line, the rookie out of Auburn.
Hey, again, they're doing this right into the interior of this Kansas City Chief defense. That's Dontari Poe who's in there. That was Nunez Roches, who was a force in the first half, misses an opportunity there. But they've got some big guys. We keep talking about the edge rushers, but they're big on the interior as well. And this Tampa Bay offensive line doing a great job on this drive here, just running it right down the middle of this defense.
Buccaneers started this drive at their 4-yard line. As Winston throws, it's complete to Shorts. Out to the 44-yard line, Acker the tackle. How big is this game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? If they win, they would pull to within 1 game of the division-leading Falcons, who have the weekend off. Atlanta at 6-4, Tampa Bay 4-5, and then New Orleans and Carolina both 4-6 following their matchup on Thursday night.
And having knocked off the Falcons in the opening game of the season.
Second down and 2. On the toss, it's Barber. And Peyton Barber has another Buccaneers first down across midfield into Kansas City Chiefs territory.
We kind of looked at the NFC South a couple of weeks ago, and it looked like, Atlanta was going to try and start to separate, but you can see how bottled up that has become over the last couple of weeks.
Buccaneers have not yet played New Orleans. They'll take on the Saints twice in the last 4 weeks. Bucs have Seattle next week at home. Going up against a Chiefs squad that has won 5 straight, 10 in a row here at Arrowhead. It's Barber giving Martin a break, and Peyton Barber takes it to the 45-yard line. He was the Buccaneers' leading rusher last week against Chicago with 38 yards on the ground.
Yeah, but what Dirk Cutter told us was, the reason why it's so important for us to get that run game going is you look right there. It's 6 rushes, 2 passes on this drive. We're a better play action team than we are just a pure drop back passing team. So now Kansas City has to respect this run. Get ready for maybe a shot down the field out of play action by Jameis Winston.
Ninth play of the drive for the Bucs. As Winston throws, complete to Mike Evans. Acker the tackle. Another Tampa Bay first down to the Kansas City 31.
He does a nice job, and you talk about him being physical. Just watch at the top of the route how he's able to kind of get out, uses his body, creates that separation. I tell you, he's got a lot of tools in the toolbox for a young wide receiver. That's not a good sign.
Final minute, third quarter. From the Chiefs 31. Off the fake to Barber. Winston throws out of the reach of shorts.
And I don't know if there was a little bit of miscommunication there, but as it started out, it looked like it was going to be a specific called quarterback run because Cecil Shorts was blocking down the field. And as Jameis got out there, he wanted him to release so he could try and get a throw down to him.
Second and 10. Winston spins away from Parker. 3 flags are thrown as Winston throws incomplete. Pass intended for Brandon Myers.
Holding. Offense number 43. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Keep second down.
Here comes Ron Parker. He's going to be coming on the blitz. And here comes Peyton Barber. He's good right there, but then kind of wraps him up and makes a little tackle.
Mike Evans back on the field for Dirk Cutter's offense. Limped off a couple of plays ago. Second down and 20 following the penalty. Evans split wide to the left. From the Kansas City 41. They look to set up the screen to Martin, incomplete.
And that's a big drop right there by Doug Martin. They had the numbers out there. They had one guy for every guy that was on defense right there. If he's able to corral this when he turns around, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have got 3-on-3 out there. There's going to be an opportunity for Doug Martin in some open field running.
So the Buccaneers, who have been terrific on third down today, now facing a third down and 20. Fans on their feet here at Arrowhead, and now some flags are thrown, 12 men in the huddle.
Men in the huddle by the offense. 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
A couple of big mistakes. You had the holding penalty on Peyton Barber. They were really into a nice rhythm on this drive. Remember, they started on their 4-yard line. This has been a very impressive drive. They got all the way down just outside the 30-yard line. They get the holding penalty. They have the drop on the screen, which was going to be a productive play. And then you have the 12 men in a huddle call.
Setting up a third down and 25. They must get to the Chiefs 21. This is Humphreys looking to get into field goal range. And he is tackled at the 36. As time winds down, Buccaneers do send out the field goal unit. Quarter will come to an end. So this will be a 54-yard attempt. Remember, the Chiefs passed up the 54-yarder moments ago. We begin the fourth quarter. Buccaneers with a 2-point lead. Now, they had sent out the field goal unit at Aguayo prior to the end of the third quarter, but now the teams changed directions and Dirk Cutter changes his mind.
I think it's exactly what you said as we went away. Kansas City turned down the 54-yard attempt going this way. Right. I think the wind is a little bit more affecting the ball going from right to left as we look right here. The other option, call a timeout and try and get that one in before the end of the third quarter going in the other direction.
Right, you wonder if that was an option for Dirk Cutter, but they elect to punt, and it will bounce into the end zone. There is a flag back out near midfield.
I know we've talked about Tyreek Hill as a punt returner, but for a second there, I thought he was going to field it on the 1-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
I don't think I've ever seen a returner hold on to it that long, trying to trick the defense.
Holding by the kicking team for 56. That's a 10-yard penalty that Kansas City has elected to enforce the 20-yard line after the touchback. Their ball, first down.
Chiefs football trailing by 2 when we return.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Ford. We go further so you can. And by Charles Schwab.
I'm about to start a long, exhaustive study to see what is better, Kansas City barbecue or Texas barbecue. The burnt ends here have Kansas City slightly ahead right now. I'll do some work when I get back to Texas, Kenny.
Here's Spencer Ware on first down. We've had a good run. Nashville last week, Kansas City barbecue yesterday.
Oh. And the holidays are coming around the corner. I'm going to have to get the fat pants out here in about a week or so.
Now, by playing in the Thanksgiving Day game every year and attending it over the last couple of years, does that help? Do you cut down on the eating because you're at the game?
You don't actually do a little bit. You don't do the picking late in the evening. So that does help out a little bit.
You have to wait for the meal until you get home. Second down and 3. Smith throws, and it's complete for a first down to Tyreek Hill. Out to the 46-yard line as we head to Los Angeles for a game break. Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Got to give it to Moose. He's getting fat pants out, and his wife is running marathons. Meanwhile, Dak Prescott connects with Des Bryant. Dallas is up 17-10 on this one. Kenny.
All right, Carissa, so the Cowboys looking to extend that win streak.
Yeah, it would be 9, first time in franchise history. But Carissa took a shot at me there. Did you hear that? I'm getting the fat pants out. My wife's running marathons.
Completed the New York Marathon a couple of weeks back. Smith on first and 10 from the 46, connects with Kelsey. Kelsey stepped out of bounds at the 10-yard line. 44-yard catch and run.
You know how happy Alex Smith is about this because he missed a couple of shots last week against Carolina down the field. He had a nice throw to Tyreek Hill in the first half. This is another really well-thrown ball to Travis Kelsey right there. Double move. Gets him open down the field. Chris Conte a little bit late getting there to help out Vernon Hargraves. Nice throw by Alex Smith.
So first Carissa takes a shot, and then Alex Smith takes a shot downfield.
Nice segue, Lenny.
Spencer Ware. Gains 4 down to the 6.
Now, statistically, that's not going to be a big part of the game today, but I just think the way that Spencer Ware has run as a viable option in there, keeping this Tampa Bay Bucs defense honest, it's been a huge part. We've talked about how important it is for the Bucs offense to find that running game again. I think the same thing can be said about Kansas City. It's part of their MO. It's how they like to use their offense in all the different ways that they do.
3 tight ends set. Second and goal. Smith off the fake to the end zone. It's picked off by Chris Conte. He brought one back for a touchdown last week and comes up with a huge interception for the Bucs today and returns it out to midfield.
That is so uncharacteristic of Alex Smith and this team. We talked at the top. Kansas City takes a lot of pride in not beating themselves. That's a very critical mistake right there. Chris Conte with another big interception for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Watch, he's going to slide in from the left side. There he is right there. Watch his eyes, reads Alex Smith. They get a little bit of a deflection at the line of scrimmage, but I don't even think that's going to matter. I think Chris Conte played that perfect. He was going to get it regardless.
Here's Martin. Martin gains a yard. Conte with the 55-yard return, 13th career interception. As we take one more look.
You're going to see here just a little bit of a deflection from the interior, but I just think that window's too small. I think if this ball comes through clean, I think Chris Conte still makes the interception.
Last week against his former team, the Chicago Bears, his first career touchdown. So each team with a red zone turnover today. They combined 7 trips inside the 20, only 1 touchdown. 2nd down and 9. Off the fake to Martin. Winston forced back by Chris Jones. Winston down the sidelines. Out of bounds at the Chiefs 45.
You can see he's definitely always looking to get the ball down the field when he gets on the move, and it's one of the things that actually the Tampa Bay has talked about. Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator, says one of our better plays is the scramble, because Jameis Winston gets his eyes downfield, and Coach Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator for Kansas City, is if he's moving to his right, it's not just half the field that's viable. Jameis Winston can throw it anywhere on the field when he's on the move.
3rd down and 3. Bucs must get to the Chiefs 42. And they do, as the catch is made by Shepard. Russell Shepard finally thrown out of bounds inside the 30. Picks up a Buccaneers 1st down.
Again, this offensive line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has done a nice job all day long. This is a very difficult front to block. They've got big bodies inside. They've got speed off the edge. Even with D Ford out, Justin Houston is back in the lineup today. So hats off to this Buccaneers offensive line. They've given Jameis Winston time in the pocket.
15-yard catch and run for Shepard. As we hit 10 minutes remaining. Martin unable to control the handoff, and he's down back at the 36. Loss of 7 on the play.
Doug Martin very frustrated with himself here. Something as simple as a handoff, and kind of catches him a little bit on the side, puts it on the ground. Again, we saw this on their last drive. They got down around the 30, 31-yard line. They had the holding penalty, the dropped screen, and then 12 men in the huddle went all the way backwards and had to punt. Another big miscue right there.
2nd down and 17. Winston throws, it's complete to Shorts. And Cecil Shorts is down at the 21, 15-yard pickup, setting up a 3rd down and 2.
That's a nice pickup on that right there.
Wow, Winston, who has not thrown a touchdown pass today, at least one in every NFL and college game. Either a touchdown pass or a touchdown run.
That's impressive. That's consistency.
3rd down and 2. Winston moving to his right, throws, and it's complete to Shorts for a Buccaneers 1st down.
Well done right there, because you start to wonder if this drive is going to go the same way that the previous drive went. You have that big negative play on that 1st down. Jameis Winston comes back and makes 2 big throws to Cecil Shorts.
So back in the red zone, Buccaneers for the 5th time. But they have not yet scored a touchdown. This is Martin up the middle, and Martin takes it all the way down to the Kansas City 2.
Tackled by Justin Houston.
Not the production they would hope in the running game, but it's been viable. It's something that they can go back to. Just straight up the middle. Nice job, guard, center guard.
Buccaneers send in an extra blocker, number 78, Cherilus. Inside the red zone today, 3 field goals and a fumble. On 2nd and 1, it's Martin, and he gets tripped up by Derek Johnson.
That is tremendous by Derek Johnson, finding his way through all those big bodies to get into the backfield. Just gets enough.
Now the Buccaneers, Darryl, can pick up a first down without reaching the end zone. It's 3rd down and 2 from the 3-yard line. On 3rd down, Winston throws complete for a touchdown, Alan Cross.
One of the staple plays when you're talking about an I backfield offense down on the goal line. We've talked about Doug Martin as a runner, does a nice job here in pass protection. First, let's get everybody's eyes focused on Brandon Myers here. Gonna stutter. Now you think play's going right, and you bring the action the other way. Doug Martin goes out on Justin Houston, and you lose track of the fullback in the flat, tight end in the flat, Alan Cross.
Cross, a rookie out of Memphis. His first NFL touchdown. It's only his 2nd reception. So Jameis Winston extends that streak of his.
Well, that is impressive, all the way back to high school. My goodness.
Here's Aguayo, who has hit 4 field goals today. The extra point is good. The Buccaneers lead by 9. They capitalize on the Chris Conte interception. First career touchdown, Alan Cross.
Today's game is sponsored by Kay Jewelers. For 100 years, every kiss begins with Kay.
Chiefs have won 10 straight here at Arrowhead, but with 6.5 to play, they trail the Buccaneers 19-10. Tampa Bay with the last 13 points. Kyle Davis back deep for the Chiefs, and he takes it on the run. Davis tackled at the 21-yard line by Josh Robinson. Smith picked off in the end zone by Chris Conte, returned it 55 yards, setting up the Alan Cross touchdown. Chiefs trail by 9. They've had a couple of big comeback wins this year.
Well, they're going to have the belief that they can get back in this game down 9 here in the 4th quarter. I mean, last week against Carolina, down 14 at one point in the 4th quarter. The bad thing is Marcus Peters, the big playmaker from last week that made that great play on Kelvin Benjamin, was inactive today. They don't have Dee Ford anymore. They're tied for the sack lead in the NFL this season. He's out.
Chiefs go to work from the 22-yard line, and this is West, who picks up a first down.
We talked about this at the top, Kenny. You know, nobody's really talking about Kansas City. Maybe some people feel they don't deserve to be a 7-2 team because of some of those comebacks that they've had. This team has the belief they find ways to win games that sometimes look lost. So Tampa Bay cannot go to sleep the rest of this game and allow these guys to get back into it.
Smith complete to Kelsey at the 41. Although the Chiefs with only 2 offensive touchdowns now over their last 12 quarters. 2nd down and 6. Pass caught out at the 48-yard line for a first down by Conley. Now, prior to this possession, in the second half, the Buccaneers have run 33 plays. The Chiefs only 12 as Werner goes down.
And you've got Brent Grimes already out.
So the medical staff out to check on Alteron Werner. Chiefs with a huge opportunity on their last possession, down by 2. Smith picked off in the end zone. Now trail by 9. Longest active home win streak in the NFL in jeopardy. Chiefs trail by 9. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Josh Robinson in for the injured Werner. Smith on first down, throws, it's complete to West. Charkandrick West takes it to the Tampa Bay 35-yard line, a 17-yard completion. First and 10 from the Bucs 35. Smith over the middle. Kelsey, gain of 7 to the 28. Second down and 3. Chiefs quickly back up to the line. Challenge flag has been thrown by Dirk Cutter once again.
Yeah, and maybe a missed opportunity is Alteron Werner comes back onto the field and Josh Robinson goes off. Had some opportunities with Tyreek Hill matched up one-on-one down there. So I think the element of time is established there by Travis Kelce. Catch, turns, goes upfield. Plenty of time there.
The ruling
Ruled
on
down.
the field was forward progress. It is not challengeable. There's no timeout charge. It's second down.
This actually helps the Chiefs because the clock stopped when the challenge flag was thrown. Clock had been running.
But it may have also helped the Bucs because it allowed Alteron Werner to get on the field, and they had Tyreek Hill matched up with Josh Robinson one-on-one on the outside.
Right, now they start the clock once again, but Chiefs saved a couple of seconds. Werner back in. This is Ware on 2nd and 3, and Spencer Ware has a first down to the 21-yard line of Tampa Bay.
We had opportunity to visit with Andy Reid, and this is something that he's worked on extensively in the offseason, end of half, end of game scenarios, and you can see the players have bought into it, how quick they are moving back and forth to the huddle.
Smith complete to Conley. It's Werner who spins him around. Conley down to the 15-yard line. And he was able to get out of bounds. Stop the clock at 3:48.
And another great example right there. You saw how hard Chris Conley worked to get out of bounds and to stop that clock. And it's something that Andy Reid and his staff talk about. You know, in situations like this, when time is the most important commodity, don't fight for extra yards. Fight to get out of bounds. Fight to get down on the ground right away and get back on the line of scrimmage.
Right, time more important than a yard or two. 2nd and 3 from the Bucs 14. As Smith throws through the back of the end zone.
And this one sails a little bit on Alex Smith. Chris Conley out here on the outside, working on Vernon Hargraves. And again, that one's coming into a lot of traffic.
Third down and 3. Complete to West. West has a first down. Ball came loose, but he was ruled down. Ruled down at the 4.
He's going to be slow getting up. Looked like he hit the ground hard. You can see that head make contact with the ground very hard. He's jogging off the field right now, getting Spencer Ware back out there.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Smith throws to the end zone. There's a flag. Kelsey, the intended receiver.
Travis Kelce, number 87. Let's see what Quan Alexander does.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 58. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Quan Alexander says, who, me? Spencer Ware's roommate at LSU.
Yeah, how about that? That was interesting. Just forget about all the connections that these guys have.
Ware in the backfield, first and goal. This is Ware. And he takes it just shy of the goal line.
I like the pace right here. Kansas City getting right up on the line of scrimmage. They know how important it's a two-possession game. They've got to convert here, and then they've got to get their defense out to hold.
Ware is stopped. Bradley McDougal makes the tackle.
That's a heck of a play right there. Being able to find your way through there. Got stacked up behind a bunch of guys.
3rd and goal. 2.5 remaining. 2-possession game. Smith to the end zone. Touchdown. Albert Wilson.
This is a nice throw by Alex Smith on this. Albert Lewis working out of the slot. You're going to have the inside route here, then him over the top. Not a big Albert Wilson with a heck of a route right there, and a great throw by Alex Smith.
Second touchdown of the season for Albert Wilson. Penalty marker prior to the snap.
Although the defender moved, he never got in the neutral zone. Therefore, a false start. Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty, retry.
So this will force the Chiefs back 5 yards for the extra point attempt.
So right there, little flinch right there, but as you heard Ed Hockley say, never got into the neutral zone.
So now a 38-yard attempt on the point after. Carlos Santos from the right hash. Santos nails it. So the Chiefs pull to within 2 with 2:27 remaining as Alex Smith connects with Albert Wilson in the end zone. Full screen, stadium-sized content. Watch live local Sunday games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. Chiefs have pulled to within 2. 2:27 remaining. Short kickoff taken by Humphries at the 15. Adam Humphries knocked out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line, and some extracurricular activity. So, 2-point game, 2:21 remaining. Kansas City can stop the clock 4 times, 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning.
That's why they kicked deep. I think they probably wanted that mortar kick a little bit further to the corner. Now what Andy Reid tries to do in a 2-possession situation like they had prior to that last score, get the first points in before 2:06, 2:08. This is why timeouts are so precious to carry into the end of half, into the end of game. As you pointed out, he's got 4 opportunities to stop this clock at this point on. But I tell you what, I've been very impressed with Tampa Bay's offense and their ability running the football this afternoon. That will be the big matchup here.
Bucs start from their 23-yard line. Martin, good second effort to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage and then gain a couple out to the 25. And Andy Reid will use his first timeout with 2:16 remaining. 5 seconds elapse off the clock. Chiefs were down by 2, an opportunity to take the lead when Smith was intercepted in the end zone by Chris Conte. He would return it 55 yards, setting up a touchdown. Jameis Winston to Alan Cross.
Yeah, that was the most impressive part of that whole thing. Is a nice play by Chris Conte on the deflection, but then Tampa takes that right down, goes ahead by 9 points. A good job by Alex Smith right there, finding Albert Wilson for the touchdown on their last series.
Second down and 8 from the 25-yard line. Again, it is Martin. Martin out to the 30. Another timeout taken by Kansas City with 2:11 remaining. And the Buccaneers now facing a 3rd down and 3. They've been terrific on 3rd down throughout this game.
They really have. It was one of the things that Andy Reid had challenged his guys this week to get better at. And, you know, number one, he had penalties on the offensive side of the ball, been killing us, but defensively, we've got to be better on 3rd down. And they have struggled all afternoon again to get Tampa Bay off the field. Really interesting to see the play call right here. This is going to be fun to see. You run the ball effectively. Do you go play action? What is Dirk Cutter thinking right now with Todd Monken, his offensive coordinator?
And now the Bucs will take a timeout. They're first. With 2:11 remaining, 3rd down and 3 for Tampa Bay. They are 10 for 14 today on 3rd down.
That's very impressive. No bigger one than this one right here, though. Mike Evans was uncovered out there on the outside. You see him right there. There's nobody there over the top. Ron Parker very late getting over.
However, the Buccaneers
called the timeout.
3rd down and 3. Winston on 3rd down. He throws, and it is Evans who makes the catch at the 44-yard line for a first down. 14-yard pass play, and that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Kansas City with only 1 timeout remaining.
Game on Fox is sponsored by State Farm, here to help life go right.
Back in Kansas City, Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a 2-point lead. Kansas City with only 1 timeout. So if the Bucs do not pick up a first down, Kansas City will get the ball back with under 25 seconds remaining. This is Martin. And a final timeout is taken by the Chiefs. 1:55 on the clock. Great job by our entire crew here in Kansas City. Producer Barry Landis, director Brian Lilly, associate director Joe Williams, broadcast associate Paul Marmero, our technical producer Sid Drexler, technical director Jared Legrani, Dave Corris, our statistician, along with Ricky Camps, and our spotter Ben Boma. Chiefs out of timeouts. 2nd down and 11. Doug Martin. And now the clock will wind all the way down. Chiefs cannot stop it.
And we talked about when Kansas City had the ball going down last time, how time was the most precious commodity. Right now for Dirk Cutter and his team, obviously possession. Doug Martin, you watched the film this week. You saw what Marcus Peters did. Now, he's not on the field today. He was inactive, but Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator, has infused this through his entire defense to take the ball away. The offense gets to start the play with it, but it doesn't necessarily mean they get to finish the play with it. And he has really kind of built that culture. They call it the peanut punch after Charles Tillman. He said Ron Parker has got that down. It's something that's spreading throughout this team. So for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, anybody who's going to have an opportunity to carry that ball, understand how aggressively Kansas City comes after it and attacks it.
Buccaneers let the clock wind all the way down, take a timeout with 1 second on the play clock. A combined 9 red zone possessions, only 3 touchdowns. Big interception by Chris Conti. 4 field goals for Roberto Aguayo of Tampa Bay, who had missed 5 of 14 coming into the game. And the Buccaneers tremendous on 3rd down throughout the afternoon, 11 of 15. So now if they do not pick up a first down here, the Chiefs would get the ball back on a punt, but the Buccaneers would run the clock all the way down once again. It's Martin, and he will be stopped just shy of midfield.
Got a couple of guys right now, just get separated. Don't have a careless penalty right here that gives somebody a first down or keep your heads.
So they can now run it down to about 22 seconds before they punt it away. So Tyreek Hill will drop back. Brian Anger back at his 35-yard line.
I would not expect this punt to land in the field of play. I mean, the last thing you want to do is give Tyreek Hill an opportunity to return this. And it's been one of the challenges for Kansas City because he's become more involved in the offense. He's not been back on punts except for a special situational just like this one.
So the Buccaneers again let the play clock run all the way down to 1. Call timeout with 22 seconds remaining as the Buccaneers set up to punt it away. Both teams have used all of their timeouts. Coming up for the Bucs, home for Seattle next Sunday, a 4:05 start Eastern time, and then back on the road to San Diego. Chiefs at Denver next week.
Doubling both your outside players.
And Hill will field it at the 7. Cuts it back. Now looks to turn upfield. He's across the 20 to the 25, out of bounds. Marked out at the 27 with 8 seconds remaining. Coming up, bonus coverage of the Giants and the Bears. Giants have come from behind. They've taken a 6-point lead, looking to go to 7-3 on the season.
This offense is predicated on short possession type passes, which you can see 2 for 2 today going down the field. 1 to Tyreek Hill, 1 to Travis Kelce. Gonna have to have a heck of a one right here to have an opportunity.
8 seconds remaining. Chiefs trailing by 2.
Tampa did give up a Hail Mary at the end of half last weekend to Chicago.
Right, 50-yard pass. Underneath, it's Ware, and he fights his way to the sideline with 3 seconds remaining. And now the Buccaneers send in Mike Evans back deep on defense. Evans back at the 10-yard line. One final shot, barring a defensive penalty from the 34-yard line. Complete. And now we look for the Stanford band. Ball comes loose. Falling on it for the Buccaneers is Gerald McCoy, and that will do it. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come into Kansas City and stun the Chiefs, ending Kansas City's 5-game win streak and their 10-game winning streak here at home. Chiefs losing at home for the first time since last October 11th against Chicago. Buccaneers go to 5-5 on the season. Back to Kansas City in a moment.